Week 12 of the NFL is upon us, and we're back with another Bettors Edge. A little shorter this week. Just have 3 games that we like. So we're going to have an early 1 o'clock game, a 4 o'clock game, and the Sunday night football game for Sunday, week 12. Don't forget, though, before we get to it, like and subscribe. Get 20% off all of our picks. You can either get Wes's picks, my picks, any picks at the website, any capper, 20% off packages, subscriptions, or consensus reports. Okay, let's kick it off. Early 1 o'clock action. And a Giants team that has officially made the change. And not only did they demote Daniel Jones, he's now the 3rd string quarterback with DeVito back taking the helm, which we saw, what was it, last year, I believe. I think it's the last 2 or 3 years, right, he's played. So Giants still underdog here, though, with the Bucs minus 5.5, total 41.5. Wes, when you look at this game, you know, the public is all over Tampa Bay. 73% on the Tampa Bay Bucs on the spread and 61% on the over. That, I like the Bucs a little bit. Then I saw that. I was like, uh-oh. I mean, public road favorites, not where you really want to be in the NFL.
Definitely not. I'll tell you what, though, that probably has to be a record for, the 3rd string quarterback as far as the most expensive 3rd string quarterback in the league. It's got to break a record, I would think. But I will tell you what I'm going to do in this game. So the Bucs are 4-6. The Giants are 2-8. Remember, the Giants are 0-5 at home this year. So, the fans are going to be all over Tommy Pastrami to get him a win here. But the Bucs, they're favored, rightly so. But this Bucs defense, it's been terrible. 389 yards a game they've given up, 6 yards per play, 5 yards per rush. So not very good at all. I think the Giants could have some energy with Tommy playing here. And I think they likely play hard and they play well and they have some success. I think Dable's going to dial up a good game plan. Remember, you don't have Danny Dimes throwing stupid interceptions like he does every game. Maybe Tommy's good for 1 or 2, but Tampa's offense is very, very good too. They're going to put up their points. They go for 362 yards a game. And I think it's a very low total, 41.5, but I think it's going to be a higher scoring game than most people think. And I'm going to go over. I think the Bucs can even get to 30 points by themselves, and then maybe the Giants are an active dog. And I think this one goes over with a low total of 41.5.
Well, if there ever was a look-ahead game for Tampa Bay, it would have to be when you're facing this 2nd-string quarterback for the Giants. So I can see the Giants actually covering here. I know they're, 2-7-1, I believe, against the spread on the year. So it's not a team that has been good against the spread, but they've had their chances in several games this year, and I don't think the Giants are as bad as their record indicates, and I don't think Tampa Bay is that great. I mean, their defense is, like you said, not great. I mean, they basically have to outscore people. That's not the kind of type of team I want to play and lay numbers on the road. And I always say, anytime you have a big quarterback change or you have a coaching change, there's always that uptick where everybody kind of like win one for the Gipper, let's pull together. I think the Giants have that in this week, and I'm going to take the Giants plus 5.5 here. I just think there's a lot of upside here with the Giants team that I think Neighbors is like, he should have probably won Rookie of the Year, and I think they're going to really feature him this week. Give me the Giants, short passing game against a bad secondary, banged up secondary of Tampa Bay. Let's take the Giants. All right, second game, we're going to the afternoon game, and 2 teams that headed in opposite directions is a understatement. The Raiders, I'm guessing they're probably making a coaching change after this year because things have just not been great. Broncos, as hot as anybody in the NFL. If you take away that one game against Baltimore, at Baltimore, they got blown out. Denver's been in every game, had a chance to win late against Kansas City, missed a field goal. I mean, if they hit that game, look where this team is. Broncos favored by 5, total 40.5. What do you think about this matchup?
Well, I'll tell you what. So, all the rumors about Deion Sanders possibly coming to the Raiders. And obviously you had the press conference today saying, I'm not going anywhere. I have my kickstand out and I'm staying right here in Colorado. Let me tell you something. If the Raiders draft Shedeur, he's probably going to strongly consider coming to the NFL. I don't think he would go to the Cowboys because he doesn't want to work for Jerry Jones, but I think he would definitely come to coach his son, although maybe it causes some locker room issues, but who knows. But anyway, regarding this game, so Denver is 6-5, Vegas 2-8. Denver, they've been great against the spread. They're 8-3 ATS. The line opened up at -4.5. It's up at 5 now. So obviously the steam is on the Broncos. And I agree. I wish I could have got -4.5 earlier in the week. But here's a pretty incredible stat, Craig. So these 2 teams split the season series last year. But before that, the Raiders had actually won 8 in a row versus the Broncos, which I had to look over a couple times. I couldn't believe it. So, all the players on the Broncos that have been here for maybe 3-4 years and have experienced nothing but losing to the Raiders. They're going to let Bo Nix know about that, and Sean Payton, and they're all going to be up for this game. Keep in mind, Max Crosby, he's questionable to play with the ankle injury, but he hasn't been playing well anyway. He's been playing through that injury, but he doesn't have a sack in the last 3 games, so I don't even think the pass rush is going to be that great on Bo Nix. And Denver's defense is phenomenal. And Denver has revenge from all those years of losing to the Raiders. And I like Denver here. I'm going to lay the points. I agree with the steam, and I'll chase the steam here, and I'll lay the 5 with the Broncos.
Yeah, steam, 75%. As we're filming this midweek, 75% is on the Denver Broncos -5. The total, 64% on the over. So these are 2 pretty high. I'm actually thinking under in this game. I kind of think that I like this Denver defense. I think they're better. If you take away, you obviously can't, but if you take away that Baltimore game, they've pretty much been above, done their part, at least in every game, even if they've lost. They've won 4 of the last 5 games against the spread. So I do see why people love Denver, but I think this Raiders team, they just struggle to score. I just think they're going to, if they get 10, 13 points, that's probably what they're going to get. I like Denver to hold this team down. Again, I'm going to take the under. If I was going to play the side, I would play Denver. But, man, when it's 75% on a road favorite, that's just not usually where I'm going to be. So, last game here, very good game. Rams really improving now that they're healthy. Eagles, since their bye week, they're undefeated and absolutely put it on Washington last week. Washington really had no answers the second half. Eagles favored by 3, total 49.5. Let's see where the public is. 59% on the Eagles and 59% on the over. So that's, I always say 5% one way or the other when we're filming this midweek. What do you think here, Wes?
So, yeah, the Eagles have been playing very good football. The Rams are 5-5. But, Saquon Barkley, Craig, he's really energized this team. I think he's kind of the difference maker because he's brought some leadership here. If you remember, even earlier in the year, and obviously last year, they almost collapsed. Well, they did collapse last year, right? But this year, it kind of seemed like it was going to happen again. They had Sirianni arguing with the fans, telling them not to boo, bringing his family into the press conference. And it sounded like drama all over again. And all of a sudden, Saquon just starts going off every game. And he kind of, winning cures everything type of thing, right? Yeah. So, this Eagles team, they're number 5 in yards per play, and the Rams are the number 23 defense in yards per play. So you have a clear advantage offensively for the Eagles, and this Eagles defense is the truth. They are very, very good defense, and I don't like laying points on the road, but I got to lay the points on the road here with the Eagles. I think this line's probably going to go to -3.5 or -4. Same thing as that Commanders game when they played them. I think it was Thursday night, right? It went up to 4. It was 3 all week, and it went up to 4 by kickoff. I think that's going to happen here against the Rams, and I'm going to lay the 3 while I still can before it moves up to 3.5 or 4.
I cannot believe this number's 49.5, to be very honest, because I really feel like if it gets into a shootout, the Rams know they're going to lose. I just think the Eagles are a better, more complete offense. They can beat you doing multiple things. I don't think the Rams can beat you running the ball anymore, but I do think they'll at least stick to the run to try to keep the Eagles on the sideline. And I like the under in this matchup. I just feel like the Rams need this game. They're in a winnable division, but I mean, if you go below 500, potentially Arizona could win again this week. And then it's a spot where the Rams have to win. So I can see why people want to take the home underdog, but I think you better be careful because the Eagles are dangerous. I mean, the Eagles, if Jalen Hurts could just hit an open guy, I mean, that's his one thing is every once in a while he'll just miss wide open guys that on a third down that you really need. And that's keeping them back from probably being a top flight team in the NFL, in my opinion, is his sporadic passing accuracy. The Rams they don't have that issue. I mean, obviously, a Hall of Fame quarterback and maybe the best 2 receivers when healthy. I mean, Puka and Cooper Kupp are elite. Now, they don't really throw the ball down the field a ton right now. I think that and I'm kind of counting on that. So I like the under in this matchup. I think it's a lower game than people think. And I always think primetime games, people love to bet the overs. You see 49.5. So unders are always where I'm going to at least lean to start. So under, and Wes likes the Eagles. So don't forget, though, we're back every week with our Bettors Edge. Make sure you like and subscribe using that promo code EDGE. We like all these free picks, but these aren't our best picks. Our best picks are always over at the website, so make sure you follow them, get in on them, use that promo code EDGE, and save 20% off. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks again, Wes, for joining us. We'll see you back week 13 next week.